Hi! Good to see you again, and I'm so sorry it's taken me so long to post another video, but I've been setting up a new business and I promised myself that I wouldn't actually post another video until I was earning serious cash. So, hi, I'm here. But the reason why it took me so long to get to where I am right now is the FUBAR part that all comes about because I'm a me. So, let me give you some background. Now, ever since leaving uni, I worked as a teacher, a film teacher, in between doing TV jobs, and I did that first of all because I was trying to get my own shows up, some of which I did get up, and then later, like recently, it's because I was trying to build this business. And one of the great things, by the way, about being a teacher is you actually get to meet really, really cool people. So, I mean, you know, it's adult education and, you know, it's great. Like, you get to help people realize their creative vision, and I've made, you know, quite a few friends on the way, so it's a really great job. I actually love it. But you're not always going to have awesome people in your course, and back in the dark days of being, you know, when the meme first came out, there were, you know, it's really interesting seeing how people interact on the internet. You know, it was actually pretty negative, I have to say. When the first part of when the meme came out, people were pretty nasty, and not just like online, by the way, like physically in the streets as well. It was really weird. I've never actually experienced it before because, you know, I'm a very happy person. So anyway, it was something that was, you know, like, okay, interesting development. And then, you know, then there's this like wave of people who are enjoying my comedy. And so, like, if you sit above it, it's really interesting because, you know, you can see, you know, this wave and then this wave, and it's, you know, it's cool. Like, you can observe humanity. I quite like it. But then, as it was sort of turning, you know, into a really positive thing, there was this post on Reddit, and, you know, it was a lot of like sort of bitchy comments and then, you know, nice comments. And then there was this one comment that was from a student of mine. And he said something about the fact that he really wanted to shame me. And I knew that it was this student in particular, even though, you know, he's got an avatar, because he posted a really cute picture of this puppy dog. And he told me about that puppy dog, including the name of said puppy dog. So I knew that Snowflake was, in fact, my student. Now, that kind of sucks because, you know, that comes back to workplace relations, and I could sue him for harassment if I was that kind of person, or I could put his name on a name and shame website and, you know, fuck his chances of working in the future, or I could tell the school, you know, I could actually say who it was to the school. But I didn't actually do any of those things because I'm just not that sort of person. But I did go to the school, and in the film industry, when stuff goes down on set, normally what you do is you have a debrief, and, you know, that is like a collective way of getting over the tension, and it's, you know, it's a really great way of moving forward. Now, this particular film school where I taught, we also taught debriefing as like a core part of the coursework, and in fact, I've also debriefed other students when there's been, you know, aggression on set. So I went to the school and said, look, I'm not going to say who it is that posted this comment, but somebody did. And, you know, because it could have had bad ramifications for him if I was that sort of person. I was like, look, can we just debrief this situation? You know, in a generalized context with broad sweeping comments, you know, I just want to, you know, talk about, you know, this is the bad stuff that can go on if you do choose to post like an idiot online. And, you know, from my side, you know, if you upload a mangled edit like I did, you know, that can go badly for you as well. So, you know, just that sort of chat. Anyway, my school then told me that clearly I couldn't do it because A, it was really annoying from their side that I wouldn't tell them who this guy was. But even though that was the situation, clearly I was trying to harass him. And, you know, they would sue me if I did try to do any kind of debriefing. And anyway, it was my fault to start with because I had uploaded the video. So obviously, you know, I created the whole culture of trolling when I uploaded my video, however long ago that was. And then they didn't invite me to a whole bunch of school functions, and then they cut my hours down by like 2/3, and all that shit is also illegal. So now I could have my second harassment suit on my hands. Awesome! And you know, there's just, you know, created an awkward situation at work. So instead of doing anything that was like boring, I quit. Unfortunately, what that did was it threw me into this giant pit of financial, like, you know, disaster. Because I'm also a student, by the way. So I'm like, basically, you know, trying really hard to get this business up and be a student and have like literally no income to pay for my rent and my bills and, you know, life. So basically, like, the last few months has been, I don't know if you've ever had the feeling where you've got like a massive boulder and you're trying to push it really hard up a cliff. I mean, that's what I've basically been doing for the last few months. So I really like didn't have time to be able to post videos. But it also got me to thinking about this whole internet thing, like the whole trolling thing. And, you know, there are quite a few people who do still post up douchey comments to me or about me. And I'm just like, you know, it's really sad because, you know, we don't have any, you know, burning witches at the stake anymore. You know, no one has the opportunity to give me a public flogging about the fact that I am different. And so, you know, what I thought I might do for those people who, you know, really just want to shame me, like that student of mine, just wants me to be ashamed about the fact that I am different. So what I figured I'd do is draw myself a scarlet letter. And then for the people who want me to wear this because they really want me to be ashamed, well, I'll give you 3 letters back, which are GFY. Because if you want to burn me, sunshine, bring on the suntan.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this.